The river, the waterfall, the river again. God gets the big headlines, but human beauty all by itself was enough to change my life. I was 13 when it happened. I was shooting hoops on the driveway, just killing time on a Tuesday morning in June, and there she was, the neighbor girl. Let's just call her Madeline. And she was practicing these backflips in her front yard, doing them one after the other, as if her next trick just might be flying. She felt me watching her. She stopped. She looked my way. She considered her options. She smiled. I know I probably tried to smile back. I know I learned that day what it means to sigh. I felt brave, afraid, alive. My heart got wise like a road map. You have to unfold it to find out where you're going. But once you do, you never get the damn thing back into its original shape. Although after a while, that crumpled mess does start to seem normal. The river, the waterfall, the river again. Last guy on the last bus, late Sunday night, looks out the window and sees me, hunched over and staring into the engine of a broken down green Bonneville. Like if I just stare at the son of a bitch long enough, it'll somehow or other magically start. Wisdom is 3 goldfish belly up in the bowl. Backyard is where we bury those dreams of permanence. My daughter makes a popsicle stick cross to mark the spot, to honor what disappeared despite her love and vigilance. She doesn't bother asking me why shit like this has to happen. She's 7. She already knows I can't answer the questions that matter most. She already knows that I think the best prayer is silence. She knows, but says a few words of benediction anyway. We both say amen. The river, the waterfall, the river again. In this part of the poem, I'm 52 years old. In this part of the poem, there's an angry woman. Let's just call her Madeline. And right now, I'm watching her get smaller and smaller. She heads down the sidewalk, climbs into her black Geo prism, and pulls away from the curb. She hesitates for a moment or two at the corner, then makes a sudden and absolute right turn onto North Main Street, and vanishes into the rush hour traffic like a jack-in-the-box after you click the lid shut. Hope is another name for hunger. The hardest thing to believe is right there in front of your eyes. What matters most is what you turn love into after love turns on you. The river, the waterfall, the river again. The parent who dies first seems like a tragic hero. The one who goes second after you're grown and finally afraid of your own death, that loss feels more like your platoon sergeant just bought it. So it could just as easily have been you who took the bullet, but it wasn't, not this time, but it will be soon enough. And I was there in the room last week when my mother died, and I'm here to tell you that she did it like a champion. She did it like, okay, enough is enough. This is the only part of my life I haven't done yet, so let's get the fuck on with it. So that's what she did without fear or shame. She said her goodbyes, turned out the lights, and got lost for good. Another name for gratitude is grief. The only name for death is death. The river, the waterfall, the river again.